got extreme mobility, so we've sort of overmatched any of the usual mobility demands for British Army vehicles or any vehicles. It's very lightweight, and we've gone for sort of high efficiency. So it's a very light vehicle. It's about 1,650 kilos dry.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's wobbling around on the stand.
You can almost move it around with your hand. It's incredibly light.
Yeah.
It enables and provides opportunities in how we fight in the future. Our ability to sense and then be able to deliver long-range precision fires, that is helping to enable our fighting formations in the future.
There really isn't much limitation to what you want to put on top. You can put any sort of weapon system on it, you can carry a lot of stuff. And the other benefit from the bottom half is it's very kind of modular. I don't like saying modular, but you can kind of stick anything on it quite quickly. So you can change the top to being an ambulance or a water bowser or a fuel bowser or carry all your electronics equipment or any munitions you want to carry as well. So that's sort of the idea.
You can't hide on the battlefield. You know, drones and UAVs take away the ability to just hide, and we have to look at being innovative. And how do we hide ourselves? How do we hide our mission command nodes? How do we hide platforms and capabilities? But it's changing the context of warfare indeed.
And so this could operate in pretty much any combat environment?
I guess so, yeah. We're still developing the car for military use, so whatever sort of ECM or sort of protection we need, we're still developing that, but it should be able to, yeah. Anywhere on the planet that you can't get to, and we've gone for sort of the extremes of environment, so minus 50 to plus 50. My name is Ben Scott Geddes. I'm a technical officer for Fering, and this is the Pioneer. It's conceived as a sort of independent off-road vehicle, so it's got great mobility. To go a long way unsupported over difficult terrain, and we've brought together sort of essentially lots of modern technology from automotive, from electric vehicles and that kind of stuff, but in a way that it can be really useful in the utilitarian market, and obviously it's got great use in the military as well. That's why we're here. So this is our military version of the same platform.
Yeah, Ben, we're here at the International Armed Vehicles event in Farnborough,
yep.
And pretty much this is the most popular vehicle on display.
Okay.
What have you made of the reaction to it?
It's been fantastic. Well, we thought it would be, because it's quite different. It's very, very novel, and we're kind of proposing it, I guess, as the future of mobility, because it's very sort of technologically advanced in a way, and it's ready for a lot of technology that's coming on. So there's lots of electronics and lots of clever stuff coming. So we're trying to be ready for that.
So go on then, don't be too British, don't be too modest. Why is this so incredible?
So it's a ground-up vehicle from scratch. So it's effectively to answer. It's got extreme mobility. So we've sort of overmatched any of the usual mobility demands for British Army vehicles or any vehicles. It's very lightweight. And we've gone for sort of high efficiency. So it's a very light vehicle. It's about 1,650 kilos dry.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's wobbling around on the stand.
You can almost move it around with your hand. It's incredibly light.
Yeah, and it's kind of an answer to, the electrification of vehicles has been all very battery dependent. So it doesn't really work off-road. They're off-grid, so you can't recharge them. So we've chosen different technologies to make sure that we can go unsupported for miles and miles and miles. And it's not. We've deliberately kept it as basic and simple mechanically as we can. So some of the features on the car, we've got a sort of a base platform under there, which is either a big, highly powerful axle either end, so it's four-wheel drive. It has air suspension, so we can climb over rocks and adjust our ride heights and all that sort of stuff. And basically, that's the mobility platform underneath. To power it, it's powered effectively by a little diesel generator, which charges up our very small batteries. So the car is pure EV, so it's electric drive. So we get all the benefit of like super high torque at low RPM, that sort of stuff. And then because of the package opportunities in the vehicle, you've got so much space internally to carry a huge fuel tank. So we've got a 110-gallon fuel tank. And off-road, we've been getting somewhere between the equivalent of 20 to sort of 80 miles a gallon in the vehicle when it's fully laden. So 100 gallons, around about 40 miles per gallon on an average, you've got about 4,000 miles range. So you can go as far as you want to go unsupported, which is obviously very interesting for the military point of view, because you don't have to resupply it or risk those assets, to resupply it. So it's really designed and conceived for sort of long, unsupported, independent missions for reconnaissance and that sort of stuff. It's not armoured, but we could put armour stuff on it, but it would affect the payload.
Yeah.
But in choosing those sorts of bits of technology, we've kept it as simple and light and capable as we can. And you can kind of do anything you want with the top. So this is put forward as a sort of a reconnaissance sort of strike type vehicle. But on the back, not only can the generator keep the batteries charged, you've got effectively a 60 kilowatt generator that you can park on a hill and run for days, powering all your electronics and batteries and stuff like that. So we've got a little electric motorbike on the back, any of the other electronic systems you can drive, and it's all powered from the vehicle. So that's really the thing they're most interested in.
And we can see some of the weapons you've got mounted to it. What are the limitations there? Are there many limitations?
Well, not really. We've been given spec. We're working with another UK firms. We've been talking to lots of user groups, the sort of special forces user groups around the world, and they've kind of suggested what we should put on it to display it. But there really isn't much limitation to what you want to put on top. You can put any sort of weapon system on it. You can carry a lot of stuff. And the other benefit from the bottom half is it's very kind of modular. I don't like saying modular, but you can kind of stick anything on it quite quickly. So you can change the top to being an ambulance or a water bowser or a fuel bowser, or carry all your electronic equipment or any munitions you want to carry as well. So that's sort of the idea.
And so this could operate in pretty much any combat environment?
I guess so, yeah. We've got, we're still developing the car for military use, so whatever sort of ECM or sort of protection we need, we're still developing that. But it should be able to, yeah. Anywhere on the planet that you can't get to. And we've gone for sort of the extremes of environment, so minus 50 to plus 50 habitats. So we've done hot weather testing, cold weather testing, and we're now just here sort of launching ourselves out to the marketplace.
How long has this been in development then?
So this is like been about 5 years fiddling around with this. It started as a concept to fill that gap. The first one was built in a shed in lockdown, just as a one-off. We won a couple of contracts to produce evaluation vehicles for various military bodies of the world and a couple of utilitarian people, which allowed us to develop the prototype on, and we're still developing it as we go. So it's been about 5 years to now, and we should be sort of production ready by next year.
And we mentioned the reaction it's been getting over the last few days here at this event. When you hear people say this is the best of British military technology, really, how does that make you feel?
I was very proud. Yeah, we're very devoutly nationalistic. If that's a bad thing to say, I don't know. I was ex RAF regiment myself. We've got lots of military people joining us and joining in, so we're really proud to be doing something, do as much as we can to help British military and military around the world anyway. So.
Well, Ben, fair play. Thank you so much for showing us.
Thank you very much.
Showing us around it.
Nice to speak to you. Thank you.
Well, we're here at the International Armoured Vehicles event in Farnborough, and I'm delighted to be joined by one of the speakers today, Major General Colin Tuley, Commanding General of the US Army Manoeuvre Centre of Excellence. General Tuley, thank you for joining us. Some very interesting themes in the talk you've just given. To throw one question at you, are tanks obsolete?
I don't think so. I don't think tanks are obsolete at all. I think there's going to be emerging technologies that we help enable the tanks of the future. But the notion of tanks, it's a platform. Tanks are a platform. We continue to evolve the platforms to meet the battles of the future.
And obviously what we're seeing in Ukraine at the moment is pretty much the largest drone war we have ever seen. Talk to me a little bit, if you can, about the challenges the drone warfare now poses, particularly when we talk about military technology and keeping pace.
So one of the big ones, if you've heard in the speech today, is going to be, the battlefield is not, you can't hide on the battlefield. Drones and UAVs take away the ability to just hide, and we have to look at being innovative. And how do we hide ourselves? How do we hide our mission command nodes? How do we hide platforms and capabilities? But it's changing the context of warfare indeed.
You said that the ability to sense and strike targets has never been greater. What challenges does that pose?
Well, the challenge, actually it enables. I think it enables and provides opportunities in how we fight in the future. Our ability to sense and then be able to deliver long-range precision fires, that is helping to enable our fighting formations in the future.
So would you be one of those people who sees that the changes we're seeing in technology, and I mean, AI, for example, is something down the road that could have a massive impact on warfare. Do you see that as providing an opportunity for armed forces?
Which part?
Well, technological innovation generally, but AI as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, if you, we call it human-machine integration. And it's really, and another key way we look at it is, the maneuver forces are not going to disappear. We're actually using robotics to be robotics-enabled maneuver. And so, the notion of replacement by using AI, it's more of an enablement of the opportunities. How do you better enable a maneuver force? I would also look at, as we talk robotics, at first contact with the enemy should not be a human being. First contact with the enemy should be a robot, either a ground or an air platform.
Are there not ethical questions, though, around the use of AI in warfare?
There could be. I think we have to be careful on how we integrate it with our formations and with our maneuver. There still needs to be leaders. That doesn't change on the battlefield. You still have leaders and you still have soldiers, and you still got to have leader decision making, especially by our commanders out there that are enabled by robotics. They're enabled by artificial intelligence. But it's still going to be commanders on the ground making combat decisions.
And when it comes to leadership, I mean, interesting when you're talking about training, it's about teaching future leaders how to think, not what to think.
That's exactly right. And so one of our courses is that we're putting together in the future will be a robotics and autonomous systems master trainer course. We're also going to have a robotics and autonomous systems leader course. And again, it's platform agnostic. And it's all about, like you said, is how to think, how to integrate these technologies. It doesn't, the platform itself is just one of many. Technology is going to continue to evolve at such a rapid pace. So our courses are going to be designed, how do we build and train the future leaders of how to think, of how to integrate, and how to enable their formations.
And just finally, General, if you had to sum up the keys to success in modern warfare, how do you?
I think it goes to the 3 tenets. You got to take care of people, you got to train our leaders at every echelon, and you got to transform at pace. Those are the keys.
General, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for watching today's episode of Frontline. For early access to our videos, member-only Q&As and live streams, then sign up for a membership via the link in the description. And for the latest news and breaking stories, listen to Times Radio and follow us at thetimes.com.